Hey, today we're going to kind of give you some ideas on how to go about getting your honey off. Some different methods. We got the different methods laid out here. The first one is a triangle bee escape. And what you do is you put that below your honey, just like this. Set your supers on it. The bees will go out. In a couple days it'll be empty. The bees won't find their way back in. The key to this is flipping over your inner cover. You would turn that inner cover over like this and put your telescopic cover on top. And I usually turn the notch to the back because the bees are used to going to the front and they won't go in the hive. Okay, and they'll stay empty. So here's your super, here's your other super, here's your telescopic cover sitting on top or with the inner cover in. It's our bee escape with the triangle hold.
This portion goes down.
And make sure I don't stick Jim with my hive tool. And so in about 3 or 4 days, all these bees will have to go outside. When they go outside, they can't get back in. Now, the key to this is turn this upside down just like this. Put the top entrance to the back, and put your cover on just like this, and I push it forward. So the entrance here is blocked by this wood. They can't get out or get in, so this hive will empty out real quickly. The second thing we're going to show you is using an inner cover with a bee escape. This bee escape has 2 little ways for the bees to get it out, but they can't get in. There's 2 wires there that keep them from getting back in. It goes on here like this. This sits on top of your brood box. Your honey supers sit here. Again, you put your telescopic cover on the next time, and the bees will slowly go out. I usually figure this is 4 to 5, 6 days for them to get out. This here, they're usually out in a couple days, okay? Okay. We're just gonna set it on like that. You don't need a new entrance cover for it. You just take your lid like this and set it on there. They can't get in. Takes about 4 to 5 days for this to empty out. The bees don't seem to go as fast as they do with the triangle. The third example we have is using a fume board. It's got a cloth mesh in here that you take this is Bee Go, and you spray it in here just like this, kind of make a circle, and get that a little wet with Bee Go. Be sure and put your cap back on. Don't let it roll around in the back of your rig, especially if it's a car. This stuff will stink for months. And you just set this down on the ground for about 4 or 5 minutes, put it on the hive in 10 minutes. They're out of the supers unless there's honey or
Uncapped honey.
Uncapped honey in there. They might hang up. But usually with a fume board, they'll run on that. You put the fume board on. I showed you how to put it on there. You put that on there just like this. Make sure it fits good. And 10 minutes later, there won't be any bees in this box to speak of. Sometimes I have to take it off and brush a couple frames, but in general, they'll all be gone. So that's how that works. The last method is the easy method. Brush your hive. Now, you just take the frames out and you brush them. The key to this is to have another honey super empty. You set your honey super here, you brush your frames off, and we're gonna demo that for you, okay? So you'll get a chance to see, but you just use your bee brush that you bought. It's the cheapest, and it is quite easy if you're being really careful. So We want to pull the first frame and brush here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to pull a frame. Right here is our extra box to set them in. And Jim's got the fancy dancy hook tool. Take that out. Look, there's not very many bees on it, and it is pretty well.
What I like to do first is just give it a shake.
Yep.
And then just lightly brush them off.
Please clean
just
your
like this.
clean your brush before you start this and let it dry. You don't want honey all over it, and then you get all the bees hung up.
And once they're all gone, you go over here and you set it in here, and then go back and do the next one.
See, on capped honey, there's very few bees on it, so this method works really, really good
And it's
for
fast.
a hobby beekeeper, and it is fast. The key is having an extra box to put it on.
Sometimes you might have to put a cover over this. If they find it, they may go, oh, there's free honey right there, and
you can see we're taking this honey off, and they're not after us at all. I might have flipped my veil as soon as I said that.
yeah.
Bill doesn't like you to haul all those bees to his house.
That's the easiest. This is the simplest way. It's a fast way, and it works really good. Also, you can see if you have brood here, you can leave that frame in here. You can go to your next box, and if there's a frame of solid honey, you can take that out, put the brood down there, and then you can alleviate one box.
So when you take them to Bill Watts's in Sweet and Simple, they've got it on their website to sign up for getting your extracting done. But when you take the honey to him, he needs to have it in a box so he can set it on a pallet, and he can set it in the warm room and warm it up depending upon what time of year you're doing that. The other thing, he wants it with as few bees in it as possible, so he didn't want to lift the lid and half the hive come out. The other thing that is important is don't bring it in sacks, tubs, or anything like that. He wants it in a hive body.
He won't take plastic.
Yeah, plastic tubs do not work.
Plastic tubs do not. Well, plastic frames.
Oh.
Plastic frames he won't take.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cappings, no cappings?
You can keep your cappings. There's a charge if you keep your cappings. Yeah, you can go to his website and all the information's on there. But yeah, all your cappings are right there. If you want them, they're yours.
Should they keep cappings or should they not?
Depends on what you're going to do with the cappings. You can process it, make candles. There's so many different things you can use the wax for.
Just remember, if you take it, you got to do something with it. You don't want to just let it sit in the garage or something and being attracted for bees to come and get it. But if you don't have a use for it, just leave it for Bill. He'll process it and use it for making candles or something.
How much honey is in the cappings?
Well, he's got a wax spinner, and I took my cappings over there the other day, a 5-gallon bucket of cappings, and that's probably from about 8 supers, I would guess, somewhere around there, 8 supers, and there's almost a gallon of honey in those cappings.
Yeah.